Hi there guys, welcome to another video. This is probably about take 5 because I keep forgetting something. But yeah, back with some more useful phrases for you from my classes today. So first thing is a quick comment. I've heard from a few of you that it's a little bit difficult to follow what I'm saying as I speak. And whilst I kind of consider a nice solution for that, I would just like to point out that in the first comment below the video, I write down each of the chunks of language. So if you're listening and you think you're missing some of the phrases, just check that comment as you listen, and yeah, you'll be able to see each of them there, so that you know what to focus on, I guess, while you listen. Yeah, so with that said, onto the language. The first one is this structure, the vast majority of. So often when you make a comment about a group of people or large group of something, it might be true for almost all cases, but not all. So I might say, for example, the vast majority of people who I met outside of England were very kind to me. So of course, not everyone was kind to me. There were a couple of bad encounters, but when I say the vast majority, this word vast really stresses that it's almost all, really close to all. So you could say, yeah, the vast majority of politicians have our best interests at heart, or the vast majority of the police do really good work, that sort of thing. So next one, number 2, is quite a surreal experience. So if something happens which might be very unusual or surprising or unexpected, you could call that surreal, meaning that when you look back in your memory, you almost can't believe that it really happened. You know, you think, was I really there? Was it really like that? So for me, a surreal experience was visiting the island of Svalbard, which I went to during polar winter. So I was there for 3 days and I didn't see the sun at all while I was there. So that was a pretty surreal experience, considering since I was a kid, the sun has come up once per day, you know, so it's pretty unusual. Phrase number 3 is to get somebody into something. This is a really common phrasal verb for talking about how you become interested in something, something that someone else got you into. So you might ask someone, you know, how did you get into scuba diving? And what you're asking is, how did you start to become interested in it, or kind of why? And they might say, oh yeah, my brother got me into it. My brother's been scuba diving for years, and so one year he invited me along for a scuba diving trip, and that got me into it. So yeah, very common phrasal verb among natives. Recently, a friend got me into cardistry, in fact, so that's a little hobby I've been working on because a friend got me into it. That's number 3. Number 4 is quite a common sentence. It's not my style. People might ask you, you know, why don't you join in dancing? Dancing is fun. Come on, don't be shy. And you could say, it's not my style. So what it means is maybe I guess I don't really like doing it, or it doesn't suit my personality or how I feel about myself. So yeah, when you say it's not my style, it's kind of a positive way to say no thank you. You know, it's kind of, maybe I understand that other people do it, but I'm not going to. And phrase number 5 then is only where or only when absolutely necessary. Only where absolutely necessary. So let me think. I suppose if you go hiking up a mountain or something, you would have travel insurance, and the travel insurance would cover things like rescue by helicopter. But if you just kind of scratch your arm on a tree, they're not going to send a helicopter. So the helicopter will only be sent when absolutely necessary. So it's talking about when something is possible or it can be done, but it's not going to be done unless the situation is really serious. So this came up in class today, talking about Poland and their lockdown. So they're kind of going back into lockdown now, but they're only closing things where absolutely necessary. So they're trying to keep things open, from what I've heard at least, rather than going overboard and locking everything down. So yeah, 5 phrases today, the vast majority of, quite a surreal experience, to get someone into something, it's not my style, and only where absolutely necessary. Remember, check the Quizlet down below to review, that's in the description, and check my comment if you'd like to just see the phrases while you listen. Alright, see you next time.